before this fight, you said it wasn't about just winning this fight, you knew you'd win, but about what you would do afterward. Does the hard work in essence start now? Because you have to continue to be great.
It's crazy, man. I would think that at this point I'd be able to just sit back and relax. Instantly, I'm already like, I'm freaking hungry, man. I gotta get better. I feel like I still didn't really look at my best. So I'm just really excited to go back out there and freaking keep holding on this belt as long as I possibly can.
Chris, right in front of you.
Hey.
After Anderson first dropped his stance and tried to pull you into a fight, what went through your head?
You know, we expected him to do things like that. He's done it plenty of times in a lot of fights, and he doesn't. It's not. I don't see him as being cocky. You know, I see him as trying to mentally defeat you in there, and that's just part of the warfare. It's like any other type of style. It works for him. But I try not to let it get in my head. I'm like, you know, I'm just gonna keep walking forward, throwing my punches. I'm gonna keep moving forward, and then it got to the point where he was doing it, and I'm like, you know what? Screw this. I'm freaking hitting him. You know. And I believe in my power, you know, Ray Longo, my striking. I do really good. We run all these national champion boxes, and they never came back for sparring. I believe in my stand-up, but again, I'm going against Anderson Silva, so everybody telling you know you want to go for your takedowns. But when you mix it up, things like that happen.
And what was the advice from your corner during the break between the rounds?
I honestly wouldn't even be able to tell you. I have no idea. I was practicing. It was just working on my breathing.
Just as one, the two greatest upsets in the history of the UFC are in the family. One with Matt Serra, one with you. How does it feel as a team to get another upset of this big?
No, it's huge. You know, Matt Serra has been an inspiration from day one. You know, I'm blessed to have amazing people around me. I'm from Long Island, New York. Never left. You see, Matt Serra's academy, Ray Longo's academy was right there. Renzo Gracie's academy. I'm blessed with great people who really want to see me succeed, and I wouldn't be where I'm at without them.
You know, perhaps he took that from you to a degree that rather than the story in a lot of people's minds being that you beat this guy after so many years of dominance, that instead of, you know, a lot of people are thinking rather about what Anderson did rather than what you did.
Anderson Silva has won his fights, a lot of his fights, because of what he did and what I caught him on. It's not like he's not letting his defense down. It looks like he is, but he knows exactly what he's doing. And I capitalized on it. A lot of other guys couldn't do that, and so I'm not trying to take that away from myself.
Okay, Evelyn from Globo Esportes, Brazil. I want to ask Diana, if Anderson doesn't want the rematch right now, does Vitor Belfort deserves a title shot?
I'm not even thinking about that right now. Anderson Silva has done what nobody else has ever done in this company. You know, he's done things that nobody has ever done in the sport. You know, believe me, Vitor, I must have 172 text messages from Vitor Belfort on my phone right now, okay? He's a man of God, but I'm pretty sure he was swearing at me in a few of them. I just kept texting him back, rematch.
Okay, Chris, did you feel respected by Anderson Silva for the way that he acted today?
Yeah, no, again, I don't feel like he's disrespecting his opponents out there. I think he's trying to get a mental edge and mentally defeat him and then wait for you to get angry and throw a hard punch and then counterpunch you. He's a counterpuncher. So I don't feel disrespected. You know, we went in there and we fought.
In those moments immediately after the fight, do you remember at all what was going through your head? You know, as Bruce was, you know, announcing you as new champion, belt getting wrapped around your waist. You know, what's going through your head at those specific moments?
It just felt really surreal, and I was like, just get my wife, my parents, everybody in the cage, please. Just yelling at people, and you know, it was a great feeling, man. You know, I've envisioned being here so many times since I decided to do this sport, and I tried to make it as real as possible leading up. But it still feels a little far-fetched no matter what. You keep trying to reel it in and make it feel more believable. And so anytime, you know, what I just accomplished, it feels surreal, you know, and it's unbelievable. It still hasn't settled in for sure.
At the end of the fight, you greeted Anderson and you spoke something to him. You told him something. What was it? We really want to know what you told him at the end of the fight.
Is it when, at what point? I spoke to him like a bunch of times, I think. Right after? When he was on the ground still?
Yep.
I didn't know he was that hurt. I was trying to ask if he wanted help up. That was it. Listen, you go in a cage with a guy like Anderson Silva, it's almost, you develop like such a respect because like a love. I felt like I'm hugging this dude like I love him. You know, I don't know, but yeah, no, I feel for him. I'm obviously happy for myself, happy for my family, and I feel for him also.
Chris, last night when you put your head on the pillow, what do you think?
Last night?
Yeah.
Last night I was just like, I want to go to sleep. Don't think about the fight too much, and just watch some TV. Fell asleep. I slept pretty good.
Hey, Chris, over here. Right back in the back.
Hey.
It seemed like your camp was sort of anticipating you might see some of that egging on, him telling you to come get him, that sort of thing. When it started to happen, I know that Ray was wanting you to kind of punch him in the chest and things. It looked like you tried that a little bit.
Yeah.
Did you see, what were you seeing and what were you thinking when that was going on? And did you see the opening to clip him as you did?
Yeah, you know, when he was doing that, I was telling myself, don't get mad, don't get fooled into his game, you know, focus on, you know, my punches and takedowns. But like I said before, I do have, my stand-up is good, you know, and I feel like, you know, I'm class boxers and world-class kickboxers done really well just in that. But again, you know, the game plan was to punch my takedown. So, but I was just, there was a point where I was like, you know what, I got long arms, and I'm just like, I'm going for this. And I knew he was going to tilt back. He used his hips to move back, and I'm just going to go for it, and went for it and got it.
Through a ton of it. You went through a ton of adversity. Being, you know, at the end of last year, then you got injured and things like that. How did that all affect as far as preparation and just your mental state, you know, coming into this fight?
You know, I felt I had a lot, you know, that whole struggle with the hurricane and injury. I tried to not let it get to me, but it was a lot of stress with that. You know, I did go through some tough times. I tried to put it out of my mind. I have, you know, my wife and my family did a good job of trying to take the pressure off me. UFC helped me, which is huge. And so I was able to, you know, focus on the fight, obviously. But I think anytime you have adversity like that, it makes you stronger, makes you a better person, stronger person, and a better fighter. I felt like I became from it. And the time off, I felt like I think I was a lot better at stand-up, actually. So it helped.
We all wondered what would it be like the moment you actually got in the cage and Anderson Silva was standing across. Did that confidence stay with you throughout, or was there any moment where you felt yourself wavering a little bit and the moment did get to it all?
No, it was crazy. I felt really calm in the dressing room, almost overly calm. I'm like, hey, usually I might be a little bit more nervous in this. Is this bad? I don't know. But no, you know, you always have doubts. You know, I just put it in the hands of God, man. I just took all my anxiety. I put it in his hands, and I really felt really relaxed going there. I felt confident the whole time. He was walking in the cage the whole time. I'm like, I got this. I'm doing this for my family. I'm doing this. I was destined for this opportunity. I just really felt like it was my time, and I'm not gonna beat myself. And if I didn't beat myself, I thought I was going to fight.
All of what he was doing, did it cross some kind of line of being, you know, unprofessional?
No. I was just, I expect that from him. He's a genius at getting into people's minds. He's a smart dude. And I just kept my composure, kept moving forward, kept believing in myself, and you know, I got to the point where I just believed in my stand-up more than the second before that. I said, go for it, you know, and that was really it.